A good place to start the delegation process is at the end. In other words, what outcome do you want? You'll need to have a clear picture of this to be able to explain it to the person you're delegating to. The outcome should be clear and unambiguous, agreed in terms of what's expected, and if necessary, in writing. It'll also help if the person has as much information as possible as to why the task is being done and why they've been chosen. If you leave this out, there's a danger that they might think they're being picked on or dumped on. Saying something like, "I think this task would be really good for you as you've shown an interest in this sort of work and you clearly have an ability in this area," could help avoid any misunderstanding. If the task is part of a bigger picture, this may not be immediately apparent, so explaining how it fits in with what else is happening and adding some perspective can give the task a sense of purpose. The next thing to look at is how you'll work together. Delegating is not the same as abdicating or dumping. Delegating means someone is effectively working in your place, but with your supervision, so boundaries need to be set. Should the team member ask you what to do, or act and then tell you? And another example of a boundary you might need to consider is how far the team member can go without consulting you. For instance, you might need to set up a spending limit. If someone is tasked with an outcome, but they're dependent on other people to complete part of the task, and they have no authority over those people, they're likely to be frustrated if something goes wrong with that part and it impacts on the whole task, for example, by causing a delay. In other words, if they're being held accountable for things which are beyond their control. To avoid this, you may need to explain to people in advance that the person is acting on your behalf. Delegate to the people who are closest to the work. Otherwise, you're in danger of setting up a delegation chain, and the more links there are in the chain, the more chances there are for things to go wrong. After the task has been delegated, you should make sure that you're available for help if needed, and to review what's been done, and make sure it's up to your expectations. And if it's not, then to feed this back. If things do go wrong, or not as well as they should, they'll need to know where, why, and what they need to do differently next time so that they can learn as much as possible from the experience. During the task, reviews may be scheduled or on an as-needed basis, but at the end of the process, you should set up a review to go over the task, acknowledge what's been achieved, and show recognition for the work that's been done.